Hey, I'm Everythinggg, and I kind of suck at bowling. To compensate for my complete lack of bowling skills, I decided to make a game about, you guessed it, as implied in the title, thumbnail and intro, bowling. But I also wanted some destruction elements, bowling by like throwing NPCs around and chairs. Then I thought, what type of person, what kind of being goes around ruining everyone's time all the time since the dawn of time? Yes, that's right. Streamers.
Just took a lot of damage. I jumped on by accident, like an idiot.
Not just any streamer, mind you. Public nuisance streamers. So the game idea is basically bowl like a regular person, but also don't lose your audience. And then have some of those systems kind of fight against each other, going between being a regular bowler to a deranged lunatic. The first thing I did was make this layout of a bowling alley in Blender and colored it as well. After this I made a new Unity project, but I needed a title. Ball is optional. Yes, ball is optional. Yes, that's the name. It's the perfect name. Anyway, I made a basic movement script, got the shade working with the project, and made some pins. I made a real simple bowling script that allowed you to pick any rigid body up and throw it based on an angle and strength. I got kind of sidetracked now and wanted to make a ragdoll for the NPCs. I spent a real long time in Blender.
Who's that Pokemon?
Drumroll please. This absolute specimen of a character. Then I got ragdolls working in Unity with the ragdoll wizard and made some unholy scripts for the legs and hips, forcing it to stand upright. And now you could throw it around. Don't worry, it doesn't have any feelings, it's just an NPC. Anyway, to add some skill and unpredictability into the bowling aspect, I made this ugly graphic in A-Sprite, green being 100% accurate and straight, while red being not particularly accurate in the slightest. Here's its implementation in the game. I also changed the post-processing in Lightning to this kind of, I don't know, neon wave thing, but I changed this later since I didn't really like it. So basically, the closer you got to green, the more accurate you were and the better you bowled. At this time I wanted to add the streamer, or at least make the streamer's graphic. I took out my iPhone, said it's photo time, and took a photo. After that I distorted my face in After Effects, so it's a bit less recognizable and a bit creepier as well. This is probably how close you all will come to a face reveal, at least any time in the future. I put him in the top right of the corner and applied the post effects to him. And this is how it looked. I also used a really good soundtrack that one of my friends made, which I thought fit perfectly well with the theme. I was a bit tired of how everything looked, so I played around with some post effects, lighting and my shader, until I finally got this, which I thought looked pretty good and pretty much like a bowling alley. I ditched the whole rave, cyberwave aesthetic I had going on. I also made this bowlometer in A-Sprite to replace this ugly abomination and incorporated that as well. After that I made a TV in Blender, found some random bowling image of a turkey from like the 90s and played it on the screen. I also made a ball return system so you could actually get your ball back and not have it disappear, vanish into the void. I also began working on my stream chat. It had different messages based on the hype level. So a hype of 0.25 could for example be bro is an NPC, while a hype of 1 or 100% is that's why he's the king. I also added like a rod or a like cleanup thing that comes down and clears the lane after you've bowled. After that I added some bowling points, one of the main systems or things you have to keep in mind of in the game. Bowling increases your bowling points, but throwing things around decreases it. And if you don't have enough bowling points for when you get a new lane, you die. I also found some extra bowling 90s images. This was kind of surprisingly hard to do, but I finally found some and got that working with the scoring system. I then took a look at the game's UI and thought, this looks bad, and improved it. I then took a look at the game's UI and thought, this looks bad, and improved it. I then took a look at the game's UI and thought, hey, this looks pretty good actually. I made some chairs and a table in Blender and made them throwable. And when you throw a chair, the chat erupts into a vortex of amazement. I also added some trash messages that the chat just bans regardless of hype, like chatting right now, easy, chatting right now, monkas. Truly one of the messages of all time. I then took a look at the game's UI and thought, hey, this looks pretty good, but it's kind of not good enough, so it can be a bit gooder. So I changed it to this. I wanted to make more props and things to go thrown, and I also overall want to increase the environment's look. So I made some food stuff spawn, like a burger, a pizza and a carrot, and some drinkables spawn on the table. Then I made a bar and added some props like a bottle and a fridge, and made it possible to go to another floor, where I placed the bar and all the chairs and tables. To get that really authentic, really trustable look in the bowling alley, I added these motivational posters. Do you feel motivated yet? Yeah, you're motivated now. You can thank me later, by the way. To finish off the game, I made a start screen, which looks like this, and made a pretty basic tutorial as well. In case you want to play the game, I'll leave a link down below to the itch.io page. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!